as I said, I forgot where I was. Anyway, yeah, so the stream will have the map preview and the new plugin thing that we're going to showcase and all that good stuff. So if you don't have that open, that's where you can find that. The link is right there. So getting started. Just going to start hitting these notes right off the bat here. First note, please stop using F7 reports for stuff that only pertains to Zombieland. That's not how that works. We've seen more F7 reports in the last month than we've seen in our entire 3.5-year history. And all of them have been like, hey, this guy's bothering me. Like, that's not what F7 reports are for. F7 reports go straight to Facepunch, and they're for hackers, and they're for people, for Facepunch to go investigate to see if the person's cheating or not. They're not for Zombieland stuff or server-specific stuff, and they're not even for minor stuff. It goes straight to Facepunch. The only reason I even know that you're doing it is because, we can see in the server console, someone so-and-so filed an F7 report. And we're just like, are you serious? Like, what are you doing? So I'm not kidding. We've had F7 reports as dumb as this person's bothering me. Like, it's not going to do you any good. So please stop doing that. That's not where they go. That's what support tickets are for. Moving on to my next note. Give me 1 second. A lot of times you'll hear me pause like this is because I'm kind of glancing at my note first to make sure I wasn't like, saying things I shouldn't say. Yeah, okay. So the next note, I'll just read it. If you find something wrong anywhere, just talk to us constructively, not bitching. I see comments scrolling by in chat all the time, like, this raid base is so stupid, blah, blah, blah. Just come talk to us. Let us know which base it is and why you think it, what you think could be done to improve it. That goes for all things that we do here. If you just come and talk to us about stuff, we're very open to discussing things, even explaining things and why they are the way they are. And if your ideas are good enough, then we'll absolutely change them. My note says you can ask Aliana, tell you her trivia timer story back when she was her first week playing on the server. She's the one that suggested, that was back when she was just a new player, that trivia should have a 10-second timer so people that don't type as fast have a chance to play too. And sure enough, within a week, we had it coded in. So we do take suggestions. We do listen. But, just screaming, oh, this raid base was stupid, or, or this plugin is stupid, or this skill is pointless. Well, that doesn't help. You got to talk to us about it. So please just, be constructive and come to us about stuff. Getting mad about it and quitting isn't going to get anything changed. That's for sure. Next note. Main 2. Oh, this is somebody else's note. Main 2 filling up on flatland for raid bases. If pop stays high, yeah. So Main 2 finally had its first situation where you guys ran out of raid base spawns. I don't even know what else to say. We say this in every single meeting, usually for Main 1. If you guys take up all the flat land, raid bases run out of room to spawn. If they run out of room to spawn, they're only going to spawn. They're only going to spawn on Raid Base Island, and if they do that, they're going to end up just respawning right on top of each other when they do. I'm sure someone has seen before. You finish a raid base, it despawns, and poof, and a new one just instantly spawns right there on top of it. And now you can't get to the loot that you were trying to, cheese and pick up off the floor. That's why, because they ran out of spawn points. And that is a completely player-caused issue. There's nothing we can do to stop that. It's caused by random deployables, random little TCs, and all this random stuff. Every item you place, all the way down to a sleeping bag, all the way up to a base, has to have 150-meter diameter or a 75-meter radius around it where no raid base can spawn at all. So if you plop down a sleeping bag in an open field, that entire open field is pretty much, the entire map grid is pretty much off the charts now for raid bases. They can't spawn there anymore. So you guys are killing the raid base spawns by that kind of stuff. So if you're going to build random things or deploy random things or make giant bases, do them on the edge of the map or on a hilly terrain or rocky terrain. Raid bases can only spawn on flat ground. Yeah, it's mostly people that aren't in this channel. .hack, you're exactly right, but still got to say it. Of course. Yeah, go ahead. Sorry, one sec. Oh man, this guy, I'm running out of patience. Okay, moving on to the next note. Does he have to do this while we're in a server meeting? I don't get it. Um, review the RP changes. Let me back that down some, and we'll come back around to that one. Mention what shuts down for Power Hour and why. I'm not sure why this note's in here. I guess somebody was asking. We shut down the RP, selling stuff for RP during Power Hour. I'm guessing somebody must have complained about it during Power Hour, and I put this note in. The reason we do that is because we give you unlimited everything, and you could just turn around and scrap and sell that stuff for RP, which never wipes, and that would be a massive exploit. So that's why your RP shuts off during Power Hour. Easy explanation. We have seen an uptick in desync issues recently. Explain what desync is. Suggest performing full logout of Rust and Steam for things like unable to damage raid bases, your skills not showing correctly. So yeah, there's been all kinds of weird desync issues happening lately. I'm assuming it's Steam, Rust, whatever. If you're noticing you can't reload a gun or you can't reload a rocket launcher, or your skills look all fucked up, or you can't, open your backpack, or you can't open your recycler, just weird shit like that. Completely shut Rust down, completely shut Steam down. Try to load back in then. If it's still happening, which it can, if you get really, really desynced, there can actually be two of you in the game at once. And the you that you see on your screen is not actually the you that the server is seeing and Rust is seeing on the other end. That's why it's called desync. You're not synced up. And really, this is pretty funny. The only way we've found so far to actually fix that is to like burn you with fire to death. So again, try the whole shutdown Rust thing first. And see if that fixes it, which it does. Like half those things I just named, that usually fixes it. But every now and then we get a really hard one that they can't get fixed, and that's something you have to put a ticket in for, and we will burn you with fire. All right, don't let me forget to come back around to the RP changes because I'm going to another page here. Explain what the difference is between a bug and a glitch and a player mistake. Yeah, this has been hitting us real hard, admins lately in the last month or so. Everybody is reporting everything as it's a bug. I know why they're doing it, because we tell them we don't help with normal Rust. We only help with glitches and bugs in our system as admins. So of course they're going to say, well, this is a bug, whatever. Example: we had a guy trying to weasel a minicopter into one of those custom build spots, and he got stuck on an edge of something. And he's like, well, you need to get my minicopter unstuck for me. This is a bug. And I'm like, no, it's not a bug. You try to get it into somewhere you couldn't fit. And he's like, well, this isn't a vanilla map, so it's customized, which means it's your problem, which means it is a bug on your system. These are your entities that you put together. Basically saying because I built the map that it's our problem now. Anyway, long story short, it got real heated too. It's like, that's not a bug. That's just you doing something retarded, and now you can't get your minicopter out. That's been a real problem lately, though, man. We've been getting a lot of those lately. People dying to something stupid that they did and then demanding that it's a glitch. Like we had someone rage quit our server because a zombie horde was outside his base and he can't get out. And I'm like, okay. He's like, I can't even open my door to shoot at them because they kill me. So this is a glitch. It's not supposed to work like that. I'm like, that's not a glitch. It's a zombie horde. It's like, well, they're not supposed to work like that, so that's a glitch, and you need to compensate me or whatever. It's like, dude, that's not how this works, Anyway, I'm rambling. The point being is we're getting a lot of those lately, a huge influx of those kind of tickets lately, where everybody blames the server and us for their stupid decisions playing Rust. Like it's a video game. You're gonna do stupid shit and die. I suck at this game. When I play tested the skill system and I was actually playing on our server, I did the dumbest shit and I died the dumbest ways. It's gonna happen. I lost shit too. Like it's just gonna happen. So Please stop trying to say everything is a glitch. It's not. Moving on down. Let's see. Oh, this is a long one. Hold on one second. Let me read it just to make sure I'm not getting sassy. Oh no, this one needs to be sassy. I'm just going to read it word for word. Have mentioned this at every server meeting. It is plastered all over our Discord. Get proof or do not submit a ticket. Period. Facepunch and Rust literally track nothing. Some of our plugins, they were smart enough to track things. For example, when you spend RP or you earn RP, that plugin does log your RP stuff. So it has to be on a plugin basis, basically, is what I'm getting at. Plugins are what log things. Rust does not log anything. Make sure you guys understand what I just said. Rust does not log anything. Our plugins do. Like I said, the RP plugin is a good example. It logs some stuff. But even then, I'd say maybe 10 plugins log stuff out of 100 plus that we use. Things just don't get logged. That's just how Rust is. And it would probably be laggy as shit if it tried. But Rust itself does not track anything. This is not an exaggeration. This is a flat out statement. Rust does not track anything. I do not know how many rockets you used to have or how many you used earlier. I do not know what was in your inventory when you died. I do not know what killed you while you were offline. Rust does not log anything. So keep that in mind. If you cannot be bothered with running free and no impact on performance software that lets you press a hotkey to clip a video of what happened in the past, then we cannot be bothered to blindly do things for you. The amount of tickets we get asking us to spawn in items or give players something for whatever, 95% of those tickets never have any kind of proof whatsoever. And their response is always exactly the same. They get angry with, I wouldn't have a reason to lie, or, but I donate, or, well, then I just can't play on this server anymore. This is ridiculous. Because we will not just take their word for it and spawn them in a pile of C4 or whatever else they're asking for. So I repeat, if you cannot be bothered running a free video clipping software that we provide links for in our Discord, and no, it does not bog down your system, I've done it even on my shitty laptop, then we cannot be bothered to answer your support ticket. This is not negotiable and has been stated on a monthly basis at every server meeting and is right at the very top of our rules channel in all bold. I realize everything I just said makes me sound like an asshole. I know, I get it. Especially to you new players, you're probably like, God, this guy's kind of a dick. It's not that. We've been doing this for 3 years now, and we've been asking for 3 years now. Get proof. There is no magic admin button. I'll tell you the gist of our abilities. We can turn invisible, we can fly, and we can have God mode. That's it. Like we have radar, little admin ESP, I can see you off in the distance. I can see your name. Like that's it though. We do not have any magic buttons that you guys think we have. That's kind of why I'm coming off as a dick. We've been asking for 3 years now, and with a simple press of a hotkey, you can have all the evidence you need, and I will bend my ass over backwards, literally pull my shirt off and mail it to you if you got me proof. I will do anything in my power to help you if you have proof for me. Obviously, if it's something that you don't need proof, like, hey, whatever, I don't know, some kind of glitch, or you find a hole in the map or whatever, stuff like that, you don't need proof. But, if you're saying, hey, this happened, I need you to put it all back together for me. Well, can you show me what happened? Because I don't know that happened. I can't see that happened. You got to get us proof. It's not fair. This is going to sound kind of cocky. It's not fair that we sacrifice the time that we do to provide you guys with a 24/7 support system. I mean, yeah, there's gaps, but you got to give us credit. For volunteers, we pretty much provide 24/7 support here. The payment we require in return for that is help us out, man. Get a clip. Just get a clip. Anyone in this channel that has ever put in a ticket with a video clip, did we not jump right down? I mean, we jumped immediately. Boom, we got you. Whatever you need, we got you. So just please get clips. If you guys need help setting up Shadowplay or one of those softwares we're talking about, put in a ticket. We have IT admins. They'll walk you through setting that shit up if they have to, because it benefits them in the long run, because now they're not going to have to deal with this crap anymore. But you have to get proof. If you put in a ticket saying that, hey, I logged back in and whatever happened, we can't help you. You got to have proof. So If even that long, shit. I guess that if you want, yeah, 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 yeah. If you're trying to configure everything and all that stuff, but it's easy. It's really easy. And the cool thing is, if you're on a shittier system, drop the resolution way down on shadow play type stuff of what it's recording. Drop the what was it, like the bit rate and all that bullshit. I don't know. I'm not even an IT guy, and I use it. Drop the longer you set it to record backwards, the bigger the file size. You know what I'm saying? You can drop all that shit. I have mine set to like 30 seconds. It only records 30 seconds back. You can set it to like 5 minutes or so even, but we just need enough so that if shit hits the fan, you can just press a hotkey, boom, you got your proof, upload it with your support ticket. And I swear to God, if I have to go item by item and replace everything you had in your inventory because of a glitch that my server caused you, I will do that. I'll get up at 4 o'clock in the morning to do that for you. That is my word. I give you my word. I will do that. But you got to have proof for me. You got to meet me in the middle with proof. And the only reason I asked for it, I'm not accusing you of lying. I'm not accusing you of trying to scam us. Is A, as I just said 50 times, and I know I'm rambling again, Rust does not log anything. But the flip side of that coin, thank you, whoever that was. I know I'm supposed to say thank you when I hear that weird noise. The flip side of that coin is, one of the ones that this happened to recently is actually a pretty upstanding person, and I felt bad. But the point being is this, like this person, like, yo, you've known me for so long, blah, blah, blah. Why would I lie? Blah, blah. It's not that. It's not that at all. If I do it for you, what about the 1,000 other people that I said no to? That's my problem. So when you take it personally that I won't do it for you without proof, it's not because I don't like you or I think you're lying to me. It's because I try to be 100% fair to everyone, all the way from the newest player on the server all the way up to Hawk or Dream Killers or whatever. I try to be perfectly even and admin the server perfectly fair for everybody. Drac will tell you he lost like, what was that, Drac, like 64 C4 that one time? This was many months ago, but
I was gonna say, between me and Maz, we lost somewhere around about
100 and something. So 100 and something C4 to a complete server problem. Was not his fault whatsoever. He did not get a single piece of fucking wood back. Nothing. He didn't get shit back. No proof, no way of tracking it. He knew we had no way of tracking it. He didn't even push the issue. He's like, well, fuck, that sucks. So trust me, it happens to admins too. There's just nothing we can do without some kind of proof. And again, the reasoning falls on Drac. And Drac's got to be the oldest admin we've got now, right? Yeah, you got to be. I didn't mean that way. That's Mountain Juice.
Yeah, no, I've been here for fucking ever.
Yeah, Drac's been here for fucking ever. And so if I'm not going to trust Drac, I consider Drac a real life friend at this point. We've been adminning this server together for so long. Drac can sleep on my guest bed anytime he wants to. Even then, if I did it for Drac, I would have to do it for everybody else. And that's not fair. So he knew that, and he just swallowed the loss and went on with it. So just please get us proof. We really do want to help you.
First I'm going to be in bed, now I'm swallowing the loss. This is getting terrible.
Always swallowing something. Okay. Moving on to the next one. So T stops rambling. Explain how to suggest smart bot responses. Okay, here's a good note. What is that kid T-Bird then? I don't know what that means. The video. I didn't see the GIF up above. Sorry. Anyway, so a lot of you guys love bot, in chat, Tom Brady, all that kind of stuff you can do in chat. That's all funny. And of course, a lot of you like the fact that he's actually pretty fucking useful answering questions. So believe it or not, configuring him is really stupid easy. Really stupid easy. I've said this before, and I think it just got lost in the wind. It was probably a year ago. I absolutely in love taking suggestions for him, whether they be serious ones like, "Hey T, I keep seeing this asked in chat by new players all the time. Why don't you put a bot response in for this?" Or funny ones. "Hey T, I think it'd be funny if somebody said this, then the bot replied with that." I absolutely 100% take those suggestions, and I look forward to getting those suggestions. I don't know if you guys were aware of that, so I'm just kind of bringing it up. Suggestions for our suggestion thing, they don't just have to be major server changes. They can be funny little things like bot or, serious bot responses, whatever. I will tell you the way bot works is you have what's called the triggers, and then you have the responses. The responses are just what they sound like. They're a list of different responses. You can have 1, you can have 2, you can have 50. Doesn't matter. He will shuffle them. So if you have more than one, he'll just randomly pick one when he picks it. Like if you ask bot what the meaning of life is, I think there's like 30 of them programmed into that one. So he'll just shuffle and pick one. But here's the tricky part. The way the triggers work is you got to have trigger words. And each trigger word has to be exact, but it can have it kind of like has built-in wildcards on the front and the back of it. I'm going to type in the chat real quick and show you what I mean. Give me 1 second. Okay, see those three things? That's me making fun of my Tom Brady one. So the way the wild cards work with this is it always has wild cards in front and behind, but it's always going to look for exactly what's in quotes. So in other words, the first one where it's just Tom in quotes, that means the wild cards are touching the T and the M also. So in other words, I could have, I'm going to type again. Even that would trigger off that first one. Because if you look in the very middle there, the TOM is still there, and the wild card is what covers the rest of that. Now, on the converse, though, you see the one up, the next one down, the second one has spaces before and after the Tom. That means it has to find Tom isolated. In other words, that would trigger it right there. As long as it has a space before and after, then that would trigger it. And then the same thing with the last one. As long as it has a space in front of it, you could do like, that, and that would trigger that last one because there is a space in front of the T, and after the M, it doesn't matter. It's just all wild card from there. So that's how the trigger words work. I am making fun of Tom Brady. He sucks. He likes to deflate balls. Anyway, so if you guys ever want to make suggestions, all I require from you is I want you to let me know what your trigger words would be and what responses you would like. So you could do something like, I'm going to type an example right now. That'd be a good example. You notice I put a space after when, and I put a space before wipe. I don't care what they said before the word when, and I don't care what they said after the word wipe, but I do want them to be separate words. In other words, I didn't want it to get triggered by somebody saying, like if someone said this, if I did not put those spaces after when and before wipe, then it would have actually triggered when someone typed that phrase whenever we swipe, because the wild cards would have, you guys get what I'm saying. You guys are probably all much more IT literate than I am. So I'm assuming that's a good enough explanation for now. But anyway, so your suggestions are welcome for bot responses. Funny ones, serious ones, anything you can think of. I love fucking with bot. He's really easy to program, and I get a lot of kicks out of him, especially when new players like, is that a real admin or is that a bot? One thing you're not going to get is more respect for Tom Brady, though. Okay, moving on. Discuss why we have not put the new train cars on the maps. Oh yeah, okay, it's easy to discuss. So the new train, when they revamped the train system, so in the past, trains were literally just hard pieces of track. You had straight ones, curved ones, whatever, and you put those down on the map. You have to perfectly align them exactly to the pixel, and then put another one down. Perfectly align it to the pixel, put another one down. So that's how they worked before. A month and a half ago or whatever, they changed it to where train tracks can now be painted on the map, for lack of better terms, the same way we do roads. If you guys ever seen me work on maps in my stream, with roads, you kind of just you plop down these waypoints, and then Rust kind of paints the road on the terrain from waypoint to waypoint. That's the way those work. They changed train tracks to be the same way now. The only problem is they're not compatible with the old train tracks. So in other words, if I started painting down train tracks with the new system, I couldn't merge them to the old system to where you could continuously ride the train across. And the old system is not only pretty much all our maps, but some of the parts of the old system are elevated, like on bridges and stuff like that. And the shitty part about paths, those are called paths, by the way, when you paint the waypoints. So roads, rivers, train tracks now too. The shitty part about paths is they have to stick to terrain. So if you're going over a bridge and you try to paint the path, it's going to go floop and it's going to fall down and stick to the terrain that's below the bridge, which will not work. So basically, any of our old maps that have bridges, I can't even try to replace the tracks with the new version because it won't work on bridges. Any new maps going here forward, I'm going to be trying to get them implemented. But again, if there's elevated train tracks, I can't, like right now, the map we're working on, it's not on those either because half the map is elevated train tracks already. We've been working on this for a month and a half. So I'm just trying to explain to you why the new cars, the new Rust train cars, are not on the maps yet. They actually are. They require those new path tracks to spawn. So until we start implementing those in the maps, I cannot do that. And feeling bad for that was last month when I added all those, added a couple new weird vehicles to the /buy plugin. That was kind of like my consolation prize because I felt bad that you guys didn't have the new train cars. But let's face it, it's another gimmicky thing that'll probably be boring after a while anyway. But just know, in the future, we are trying to include them. It's just not easy. Moving on. Oh, okay. Hold on. I may have to postpone that one, or is that the last one? Okay, hold on. Yeah, I'm going to postpone that one for a second. Moving on. Stop building bases that are literally 50% empty shells. This causes increased entity counts that is not warranted. A drive-by of main 1 2 days ago into a wipe showed that we have lots of giant square bases that are half empty. Yeah, we say this every meeting. These giant shells of bases, they're just pointless. Please stop doing that. If you guys are watching my stream, I highly suggest you look at this. These two examples right here. If you're going to build a giant base, keep it looking like that until right before PvP day. That red thing in the middle would be like, the part you actually do build up and live out of. Keep the rest of it at foundation level until the day before PvP day, please. It's just got to stop with these giant shell of a base. Just wasting entities. I think main 1 is at what, 250,000 right now? Oh, I can't see the last time it scrolled down. Yeah, yeah. Well, right now it must have gone down from some abandons. It's literally almost on the dot, 250,000.
267, 189.
Oh wow, yeah, nice. So yeah, you guys are killing us with these giant bases. Yeah, I'm gonna be circling back to the RP changes. I haven't got there yet. I have some RP stuff and some skill stuff to discuss. That's why those are the two topics I said I'll circle back to because I know that's going to be the hot topics. I just want to get all the little bullshit ones out of the way. Next one, discuss possibility. Ooh. I almost spilled the beans there. I was one word away from giving away the secret. I'll move on. I'll come back to that one. Any items purchased in the store with a cooldown do not have the ability to inventory check you. I'll clarify a little bit, just in case you don't understand what I mean by that. So when you buy stuff from the /S store, it checks your inventory, says you don't have enough room for that item. If you come across an item that has cooldowns, somebody help me out here. What's an item we have in our store with a cooldown? Bullets, berries. Okay, yeah, bullets and berries. Those are not actually items, quote unquote. Haha. It's more parlor tricks behind the scenes. To put a cooldown on something, I had to make them a command instead of an item. And then obviously once it's a command, it cannot check your inventory because it doesn't realize it's giving you stuff. It just executes whatever command I tell it to execute. So when you buy berries, it's actually executing give Steam ID berries 10 or whatever. So just be warned. I'm just trying to prevent you guys from getting screwed out of some RP. If you're buying something that has a cooldown, the real easy way to tell, try to change the quantity. If you cannot change the quantity, that's an item I'm talking about right now. So let's make that the test. Try to change the quantity. If you can't change the quantity, it does not have the ability to check your inventory for you. So be careful. We had someone do that this wipe. They didn't know, so it's not their fault. But we had someone do that this wipe, and they didn't get their item, and that's why. And you shouldn't be buying something with a full inventory anyway. Let's see. Ooh, I almost read that same note again. We do not rescue corpses for players. Been getting a ton of these tickets lately. Yeah, that kind of goes. I'm not going to ramble again because that goes back to the get proof thing. But again, unless you die to an actual glitch, we don't help you. Here's a good example. If we line up a terrain trigger in the map too close to the surface, you have no idea what a terrain trigger is, but it's what allows you to pass through the ground, like when you go into a cave. If we align one of those a little too close to the surface, it can actually make your character like fall through and then bounce back up, fall through and bounce back up like 1,000 times a second. And it basically is what we call in map testing, break your kneecaps. It kills you. That would be a glitch. That would be a corpse with a glitch. That would be a reason for an admin to come corpse rescue you. But if you die playing Rust, even if it's some stupid Rust glitch, there's tons of Rust glitches out there, but if you die just to some stupidity of Rust where it's not registering a shot and then the NPC shoots you back and kills you or something, that's not something we corpse rescue for. We only corpse rescue if literally it was something that's completely out of your control, has nothing to do with you, has nothing to do with, Rust. It's something our plugins or our map, fucked up for you, then we'll help you. He is literally laying, is he still, I have my camera up. Yeah, he is. You see him laying there? He's whining this whole time. He's back there. Fucking annoying. Anybody want a dog? So no corpse rescues unless it was an actual glitch. Yeah, he just whined again. Did you hear him? Moving on. We do not. He's still doing it. We do not move teammates within bases. Bailey, seriously, stop. Nobody cares. We do not move teammates in bases. This has been real common lately too, honestly, that seriously, shut up. Been real common lately that people think we're their maid, like to come pick up their teammate that he's not going to be back on for 2 days. I'm trying to play something here. Well, then you better call him. That's not our job. We're not here to ferry people around your base. Again, I said this last meeting when we brought this exact same topic up. If it's some rando that just fell asleep on your front porch and you want him gone, that's fine. We'll take care of that. But yeah, we don't move your teammates around for you. That's just not what we do. The same goes with random deployables. We had someone this wipe that saw an abandoned recycler, I think it was, and decided, oh, that's a good place to build, and built his base around it so that he just had a recycler in his base now. And then later on decided, I want to remodel my base a little bit. I need admins to come delete this recycler. And we're like, well, why can't you delete it? Well, it's not mine. Well, how did it get there? Oh, I built around it. Well, that's kind of your own fault, isn't it? So, even though we did go delete it for him to be nice, but please try to keep that in mind. You guys do make choices, and sometimes those choices are not for us to solve. Hello, Brait. Wait, Brait, don't you have something on this next map? You do. You have something on this next map, don't you, Brait? Oh, you better stick around for this map preview. I'm excited. Okay, moving on. We do not unlock chests or allow access to entities shared by a clan or team when they, quote unquote, can't get on right now. So same thing as moving your teammate. Yeah, I'm a perfect specimen. Anyway, so we get a lot of tickets of that too. Like, hey, I can't get into this chest now. Well, why not? Well, my teammate placed it, but then I left team, and now I can't get into it. So I'll quickly, without rambling, explain to you why it's set that way. So your TC controls everything, of course. We have it set to where whoever placed the item is the person who can access the item, and that includes their teammates or clanmates, instead of allowing the TC to control it. The reason being, it used to actually be the other way. It used to be, as long as it was within TC radius and you were authorized on the TC, then you could access everything inside that base. The reason we changed it is because all it takes is one quick, easy way for somebody to get on your TC, and they now own your entire base and every box inside. They can steal everything you have forever, and admins won't help you because you left your TC unlocked.
We actually had people in the past where they didn't realize somebody got into their TC like early on, and the dude would come back later on and just start pulling stuff out of boxes because they can get in it.
Yep, they do it on wipe day. They'll hit you on wipe day. They'll auth on your TC. You'll never know about it. And then once your giant base is all said and done, a week later, they'll come back and they'll steal everything you have. So we set it up the other way, where whoever placed the box, that's who owns the box, and that's who can access the box, including that person's teammates or clanmates. If you leave the team or the clan, it fucks all that up. That's not our fault. It's better than the alternative of allowing, someone to steal your entire base. So that's why we stick with that configuration, even though it causes us the headache of having to deal with these support tickets where I can't access this box anymore. There's a real simple solution for it. When you guys are first making your base, have your teammate type /share in your name. That's it. If your name has more than one word or is kind of funky spelled, put it inside quotes. That's it. That's all you gotta do. /share space quotation marks with the name inside, and that will share it to you.
Or get their Steam ID.
Or get their Steam ID and use that. You can do /unshare. to unshare it. And there's actually other commands. I think they're in /info. I think you do like /share space list to see who is authorized on an item, all that good stuff. But yeah, there's plenty of commands you can do to remedy that problem ahead of time that does not involve admins. But once your buddy leaves the team or the clan, you're going to be stuck if you didn't do that. So there's your pro tip of the day. Moving on. Got a lot of damn notes this month, huh? Keep deployables within reason. Don't literally coat your base in multiple layers of rugs. Image. That would be somebody else's note. Whoever posted that note, you want to just post the image in the chat thing here and see what we're talking about? But yeah, don't wallpaper your base with don't be adopted. Don't wallpaper your base with rugs and sign artist things and stuff. So basically, skins and sign artist are a huge hit on clients. And what I mean by that is when somebody's flying by your base and they got to render all that shit in, they have to render in all the stuff, even the stuff on the inside that they can't see. Their client has to render all that shit. A funny example, I don't have time right now without rambling more, but I can show you an easy base that is like, all the bases are actually saved to a file. Each one has its own file. I can show you an easy base that's like 200 megabytes in file size. And then I can show you a nightmare base that's only like 12 megabytes in file size. 200 megabyte easy base, 12 megabyte nightmare base. You know what the difference is? Skins and rugs and sign artist. That stuff is a massive hit. So think about that. That's a fifth of a gigabyte for that easy base, to load in when you get near it. So imagine if you carpeted your base with all that kind of shit. And then imagine if your neighbor did it too. Now you got half a gig of shit you got to download instantly when you fly into the area. That's what causes people to lag so much. So it's all that kind of crap right there. Captain Generals, if you ever come across a base that is actually lagging you for real, and you're not just being funny, and I'm not saying you're trying to be funny, I'm just saying, put a support ticket in. That is against our rules for a base to be so obnoxious that it starts causing performance issues on other players. Put a support ticket in, and admin will go take a look at it. It's not a guarantee we're going to do something about it because it may not be that bad, but we will at least look at it. Moving on. New suggestion bot is live. I don't know if everybody saw that. But the new suggestion bot, where'd you go? Down here in the suggestions channel here. I have instructions pinned to the channel. So there you go. Ta-da. Oh, I'm lost. Hold on, I gotta find my way back. There we are. Okay, moving on. Skin suggestions are reopened. This is from Bushwookie. He has been working on some skins lately. He's striving for like a monthly update on ForceWipe to get some new skins shuffled in and out. We like to shuffle the skins as much as we can, so we're going to try to get that going again. It's been a busy first half of 2022 for us. So, but somebody's rolling their trash can in. Bailey thought it was the garage door. That's funny. Anyway, so we're going to start doing that again too. Get more skins in there. Moving on. Give me 1 sec. Let me glance over this note because it's a big one. Oh, this is somebody else's. I've had a bunch of issues with people not calling out oil cargo. Please let people know when you are boots on the ground, not on your way, but actually on it. It saves other people resources and whatnot, and flying out there to find out somebody's already there, and it stops a bunch of arguments and stuff like that. Let's just try to make that like a server thing. If all of us veterans, which is mostly the people in this channel, start doing it, the new players are going to see it too, and they're going to start doing the same thing. Well, everybody's doing that. I guess I should do it too. So let's just start making that the new thing now. When you go on cargo, you go on oil rig, call it out in chat. Again, boots on the ground. A lot of times we see people call those out. We actually invisibly teleport to them to see if they're bullshitting. And I'd say about 50% of the time they're bullshitting. And we do make note of that because we actually use those chat markers if an argument breaks out. Like if I see Mountain Juice say I'm on cargo and I TP to him and yep, sure enough, he is on cargo. Cool. Let me go back about my business. And then, 10 minutes later, somebody's arguing with them about it. And they're like, I was here first, blah, blah, blah. I can look back in the chat and say, Mountain Juice did say he was there. So, and we have other ways of looking too. The scientists on cargo have like unique identifiers. When you kill them, we can tell who was killing who first. But, let's just get in the habit of everybody just naturally doing that, just saying you're on cargo or oil rig or something like that. Let people know. It just saves a lot of trouble. Okay, moving on. This is somebody else's note, so I'm just going to read it. It's pretty much touching on something I already touched on, so this should be pretty quick. The rule of incontrovertible proof. That's a big ass word. You're trying to choke me up. We cannot take action, consequential or for reconnaissance, unless there is proof that something happened. Lost stuff in your backpack. We have no way to know what you had unless you have a video to prove it happened. Talk to you or blue in the face. That's the rule. Someone stole something from you. The logs that Face Punch provides are limited. We do not go after players or even look at them sideways without some kind of proof. There's only so much we can and will do without proof. Understand that this prevents abuse and the perception of admin abuse. We take this stuff seriously, so before submitting a ticket and asking for us to spawn you in a heli or boom or a new horse or whatever, or to report a player for breaking the rules, ask yourself if you have absolute proof that thing happened and this was what I lost. Regardless of what else happened or how much time passed or who in your group is willing to serve as a witness to the event, what you said in chat or how empathetically you are willing to testify in a ticket, none of that is proof. Sorry, the only valid eyewitness accounts are either admins or getting a video, and we still record them. And and we admins still record those for proof even. Believe it or not, when I think just a couple of days ago, Arctic caught some cheaters, and even then he recorded proof, and he physically was seeing it with his own eyes. So even admins record stuff for proof, just because, when it comes back up to me and you're trying to argue with the admin, hey, I've got proof that my admin was correct. And we still, okay, I just read that, and we still record. Get a video clip of what happened. That's the most helpful thing you can provide. If something happens in the game and you are set back because you think the game screwed up somehow, not something that you screwed up, then put in a ticket right away. Don't ask for an admin to help in chat. Don't DM an admin in the game. Don't wait an hour and a half because your friend was streaming. Yes, that's a true story. That's a true story. I got to read that one again. Don't wait an hour and a half to put a ticket in because your friend was streaming. Put in a ticket. Do it right away. There's a much better chance you'll have a good outcome if you get a report in right away so we can look into it. No guarantees. See the rule of getting proof.
Incontrovertible.
I'm not saying that word again. I refuse.
The other one is recompense.
Orion, I know we're not doing questions and answers right now. Orion, there's actually there's a skill. If you type /ST, there's a skill that gives your horse an insane amount of boosts in speed, like insane amount. I was riding my horse like faster than a fucking helicopter. Yeah, like insane. So that's probably what you saw. And when I was doing it, I was on the slow horse. Yeah. Ain't nothing wrong with trying to report it, man. I know you're new here and you're probably like, what the hell? Yeah, there's a couple. If you look in the vehicles tree, there's a couple different turbo features in there. It's pretty funny. I'm surprised more people don't get that horse one. This shit is so overpowered. Anyway, okay. Cover the FAQ about plugins not speaking to each other. Okay, so yeah, I can just technically just read it, but I just put a new FAQ in today. A lot of people don't realize that plugins do not communicate with each other. So I'm going to read it. When you instant mine a node, you're not actually instant mining it. All plugins can do is modify gameplay. All plugins can do to modify gameplay is they intercept hooks, which are basically things that you do in Rust. Every action you take calls on a hook in the code, and plugins can intercept those hooks and read them. Basically, let's take instant mining. Every time the onGather hook is called, which is when you hit a node, it rolls the dice. If it's successful, then it reads the how much is left on that node from the onGather hook that it just intercepted. Then it does the math to figure out how much is left on the ore. It then activates the entity kill command on the node to make it vanish, and then it fires off the give player X amount of ore command. So that's how instant mining works. It doesn't actually instant mine the node. It just intercepts that hook, reads the data it needs to read, destroys the node, and gives you the resources. That's how that works. Same with Z levels. When they watch the onGather hook, every time you hit a node or a tree, they see the onGather hook has been called. They read how much ore you gathered from the hook. So say you hit a tree and you got 25 wood, that's normal vanilla Rust. You hit a tree and got 25 wood from the onGather hook. Then the Z level plugin says, okay, cool, they got 25 wood, but they have 100% bonus to their wood. So we're going to give them another 25 wood. And that's what it does. That's how that works. Let's talk about quests. For a quest, it watches the onGather hook also. Every time it sees the onGather hook called, like you hitting a node, for example, it reads the gather amount that Rust is reporting in that hook, and then it adds that to the quest progress. So if you have a quest to gain, to gather 1,000 ore, when you hit a node, Rust, not a plugin, Rust says, hey, he just did an onGather and got 25 ore. Then our quest plugin intercepts that message and says, cool, giving him 25 ore to his quest. That's how that works. Every skill is just intercepting normal Rust activities and performing behind the scenes commands to make it look like there's a cool ability happening. There's actually not. It's all just smoke and mirrors. So in the example of mine XXX ore, the quest plugin is watching the onGather hook. And each time you hit a node, it sees that and reads that. And that's how much it grants you towards your quest. They can't communicate with each other. The quest plugin has no idea that the skill plugin just gave you an extra amount of ore because you have a skill that happens to, benefit you extra ore. It doesn't have any way of knowing that. All it can do is intercept that Rust hook that tells it how much ore you just gathered. So if you've ever wondered why, quests aren't affected by gather rates and stuff like that, and then you might have wondered, well, if they're not affected by gather rates, then why are Ts, affecting them? Because Ts are vanilla. So now you know. That's all we can do with plugin. We can only intercept the hooks that normal Rust uses, and we can read data from them. That's it. We cannot alter them. So, a little behind the scenes peek for you there. I've only got 2 notes left, by the way. Woohoo! We've had multiple support tickets this wipe of quote unquote, all my stuff is gone because the player logged into the wrong server. I'm not kidding. It's happened more than one time this wipe. I'm not trying to be mean to those players, by the way. It's just funny. Be mindful, please, before you get angry and rage quit. I like that. The last guy that did it, I don't think, did we ever find him? He's gone, isn't he?
I have no idea.
Yeah, I think he's just gone. He just quit because he logged in and all his shit was gone. Come to find out, he logged into the wrong fucking server. So getting angry and rage quitting will definitely make sure before you even make sure you're on the right server is probably not the good solution. So yeah, please make sure you're on the right server. And no tons, I am not starting over. I've been rambling like a motherfucker tonight. Okay. My last note, other than the RP and the skill one. Do not throw more than 4 supply signals is not technically a rule anymore. I've seen people yelling at other players for it, and I appreciate you guys trying to stick up for the server rules. I honestly mean that 100%. I totally appreciate that shit. That's why I've never brought this up before in the past, because it's been going on for many months now. But it was a rule because cargo planes can cause a lot of lag, and they can even crash the server if there's enough of them out there at once. And they also had an issue at one point where they could stop a server from even saving itself anymore. The cargo planes did. So now that we made the supply drops instant spawn instead of having cargo planes, it's not really that big of a deal to throw more than 4 at a time, other than the spam in the chat, which, that can get annoying too. So if you guys, if you would, still try to keep it a little bit down there. But, if you throw 5, everybody doesn't have to jump on the person. It's not that big of a deal. Big note, real big note, and all bold here. This goes out the window on PvP day when supply signals go back to vanilla and the cargo planes start coming. So do not throw more than 4 at a time on PvP day. That is a hard rule, very hard rule. We will start kicking people. And honestly, usually when that happens, the admin rushes over there and just starts deleting them out of the sky before they even hit the ground. And we will not refund them to you. So again, PvP day, the rule still applies. Not PvP day, just try to keep the spam down. But other than that, it's okay if you throw a couple more than 4. No big deal. Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. We've definitely banned some people for that before. I mean hard ban too, not just a slap on the wrist, until the next wipe. Okay, so let's get on to the RP and skill topic I had to touch on, and that will be the last of it for my notes, if I can find them. Jesus Christ, this is the most pieces of paper I've ever had. Oh, I did. I know. Oh, that's right. I forget. I really did forget, but where was that tease at? Well, I know what it's about, so I don't even have to find the note. I am pretty confident. I would say 100%, but you never know. Actually, the Zombieland bank account's down to like $100 right now, so won't be having it right now, but That's because the Force Wipe is when all our donations come in, and then we spend them all month. So we'll get plenty more coming up here this week with Force Wipe. But it is a 90+% sure that I will be firing up a new box. And the new box is not for main 1 and main 2. Drum roll, please. Drum roll, please. Blah, blah, blah. Anybody guess what I'm going to do with the new box? Oh, there it is. I knew Hawk would be the first one to get it. Yep. So I'm 90% sure I'm going to be firing up Light. And of course, a whole dedicated server is a lot for just Light. So I'm not against putting a little side piece on there too, if you know what I mean. So let me explain why real quick, and then I'm going to explain something else too. I got 2 things to say about this. Number 1, the reason I didn't refer to you as a side piece. The side piece would be like, if I'm running just a Light server on an entire dedicated box, I've got room to run something else over there too, don't I? Anyway, yes, Cryo hit it right on the head. Anyway, so the reason that this is even in consideration, well, there's multiple reasons, but the main reason is because we've been given inside information. Has any of you guys been around long enough to remember it was last year, I think, right, Drac? The OTV thing? Was it last year? Okay. Anybody remember last year they did that OTV or whatever? And we got fucking hammered. I think before OTV, our average max server pop was like, 75 or so. I mean, don't get me wrong, Force Wipe, we'd hit a queue every now and then, but, that was average. When OTV hit, we got fucking obliterated. I mean, obliterated. That's when we started opening up, we just got obliterated. I'm going to ramble. We just got our asses kicked. We've been given inside information that is going to happen again in August. And couple that with the fact that FaceBunch usually releases all their new content and has the big sales and stuff like that at the end of the year. 2022 was looking to end like 2021 did, with the admins losing all their hair and going insane and having nervous breakdowns. On top of that, we are extremely short-staffed right now, from top to bottom, leads all the way down to new staff. This is the shortest short staff we've been in a very long time. I'm losing a ton of sleep over it. I don't know what I'm going to do about it, but that's not the point of this topic. The point of this topic is, with that influx of new players, I don't want to sit on my hands right now, and then when it happens in August, be like, fuck, what do we do? There's a 50-player queue on main 1 and main 2, and everybody's pissed off about it. I don't want to wait and then start rushing to try to get shit handled. So I think we're going to start doing it now and start getting Light fired back up now to kind of get ahead of that curve. Again, I'm only setting it at 90% likely. Reason being, something could go wrong or something could break or whatever. I could fucking end up in the hospital. So you never know. But 90% likely we're going to do that.
I volunteer myself as admin tribute.
Wookie will probably be helping me a lot with this. Honestly, I plan to start on that with him this weekend. As you guys know, as you guys know, I ended up in the fucking ER last week. I had a really bad week. I was very fucked up last week. So I was out of commission the entire week. So that's why I haven't started it yet. But I think probably Wookie will probably wait till after Force Wipe, because we've already got a busy week ahead of us here. Maybe this weekend we can start firing up the box. I'm doing good. Thanks tons. I'm fine now. Anyway, so that's pretty much a reality. We're going to do fire up Light and then probably Terminus next to it. The second reason we're doing that is we have a player who, and it's weird too. Like, I was even telling my wife about this too. Like, this dude is insane, absolutely insane. So this player made some big donations to our server. And what really struck me too is, he did a little skill point boost like everybody else does and shit like that. Of course, everybody does. But what really struck me is he was throwing in donations for nothing. I mean, just nothing. Like shit he doesn't need, or just throwing in just pure donations for nothing. And I'm like, what the hell? So I messaged him back when he did the first big one. I'm like, what the hell, dude? Like, you don't have to do all that. We definitely appreciate it, blah, blah, blah. And I don't remember how the conversation goes. He can always correct me if I'm wrong here. But everything he said in return to me was just like, you guys do such an awesome job. The server is just so wonderful. I love the work you guys do. I want to support it. Hey, I'll throw more, like blah, blah, blah. I ain't gonna lie. He did try to convince me, like, hey, why don't you lift that restriction off them skill point boosts? I'm like, nope. It's against. I don't know if he was testing me or what to see if I was actually gonna succumb to the tease, but it's against my morals. I don't like pay to win, so I'm not lifting the restrictions on boosts. But again, he just kept going and going about how much he loves this place, and really, dude, it almost put a tear in my damn eye. Like, it was really touching. And he kept doing it. Like, just kept doing it. Like, hey, this was awesome too. Here, have another donation to the server. Blah blah blah. So I can tell you right now with 100% certainty, anybody that's excited that we might be firing up Light and Terminus, you owe all 100% of that thanks to this player. I'm about to tell you his name. To this player. The argument of, well, you guys still got to do the work. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. The fact that I'll explain what Light is in a second to you new people that are wondering. The fact that you guys are going to even have this as a chance right now is 100% up to this player. He's donated so much stuff in the past month. He's become our official all-time highest donator in Zombieland history. It's insane what he's done. We've taken some of that and put it towards plugins and maps, as we always do. We're going the new box and all this shit. We're doing all kinds of cool stuff. We're working on some real life prizes we're about to be giving away. Cooley, is he in here? Cooley, you still in here? Cooley? Earth the Cooley? Cooley.
The audience.
He's not in here? He is in here. He's hiding
here.
He's hiding in the audience. He's hiding. He won't even use that sexy voice of his. Cooley, could I like dick tease them on what I'm talking, one of the projects?
Yeah, sure.
Would you get mad?
No.
Are you sure you're not just saying that because you're out in front of everybody?
No.
Okay, cool. Okay. So give me one sec. I gotta hide my screen because there are parts of admin Discord people can't see. But so we're trying to give away prizes. We've been talking about gaming keyboards and gaming headsets and all this kind of weird shit, and we wanted to give away a really fucking slick prize, like a really cool prize. Here's what we're working on, but don't worry. I'm going back to the person who did this donation. By the way, I'm not done with his ass. But this is what Cooley's been working on. And if he can get this finalized and stuff, I'm going to use some of that money to buy some of these as prizes too. But like, Cooley is fucking hand making this prize. This is really cool. You guys ready for this? Hold on. Let me hide my screen for 1 second. This is the coolest shit ever. Where it's in a thread, right? Yeah, there it is. All right, let me scroll to the top here so I can kind of show them your progress so far. This is so cool, man. I'm so fucking stoked. Like, you have to let me buy one for myself, Cooley.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I'm making you one anyway.
Okay, hell yeah. I'm so excited, dude. Make sure you give me a total list of any costs too, because like I said, man, we had a really good donator this month, and we can definitely replenish all this. Okay, you guys ready? Here we go. So Cooley is hand making. Let me get down to where it's at here. We've been as you can see, we've been discussing all kinds of cool prizes. Cooley is hand making a skull trophy with T-Bird's skull on it. Oh yeah. He's making one in real life though. Look, like glowing admin eyes and everything. Still a work in progress, as you can see. Working on the base. Starting to come together. Me getting a little too excited about it. But this is what we're working on. As a cool prize. Right? Yeah, so if we can get this done up right, and depending upon how well he can fine tune his production of these, we will absolutely sell some of these if he's cool with that. The only stipulation I have is he has to A, get his money recouped that he puts into making one, and B, he has to get some off the top too, because like he's busting his ass on these, and that's only fair to him. Me and Cooley will discuss that behind closed doors. That's kind of I don't want to put him on the spot in front of fucking 50 people. Like, oh, but T-Bird said. So I'll talk with him behind closed doors. But is that not the coolest fucking thing ever? Maybe I'm just weird and getting excited about it, but how cool is that shit? So that's one of the prizes. And then we're obviously working on like some real life prizes that we can just give you guys, nerd stuff, gaming keyboards and whatever. Again, with these prizes, if you're not comfortable giving us, first of all, it would be just to me. I won't share it with the rest of the admin team. If you're not comfortable with giving me a mailing address to send prizes to, I perfectly understand, and I wouldn't be insulted, about that. I kind of forget that a lot of you guys, you're just random people around the world. With the admin team, we actually do Secret Santa. We mail each other shit all the time. I think think Maz just mailed me a package today, and I just got one from Nola a couple days ago. We mail each other shit all the time, so I'm used to that. So as a player, if you don't feel comfortable, just tell me. I'm not going to be insulted at all. But no, you can't have my actual skull. I mean, when I die, I'll leave it to you if you'd like, but I have to fight my wife for it. I think she wants to drink beer out of it when I'm dead. Okay, so anyway, moving on. I didn't mean to ramble so much about that topic with Light, but I thought that was cool. So going back to the main issue, the person you have to thank for all of this, literally all of this, the highest donator in Zombieland history, and again, the icing on the cake with him is that he did not even really get shit for half of his donations. Again, a couple skill boosts and stuff, sure, but the rest of that shit, he just donated to help, just to help us, man. It was a rough year. The first 5 months of this year were the lowest donations we've had in our history, other than when we first started. Just because Rust was in a lull, not because people weren't being generous. So everybody give a big fucking shout out to Doc Inchoate. Doc Inchoate, where you at, man? I know you're out there. Anyway, everybody give a big thanks to him. Light Terminus,
huge generosity, man. Huge generosity.
And has never asked for a favor in return. A matter of fact, I think he had a support ticket one day and he was like, I don't give a shit. Like, no, I'm like, no, we're going to help you, dude. Like, so Light, Terminus, and all these real life prizes are 100% from the wallet of Doc and Choate. So everybody give that guy a fucking a round of applause there, because he's generous as hell. And yes, I did get his permission to call him out like that first. I didn't just do it on a whim. I made sure he was okay with it first. So mad respect to him. Moving on. All right, so let's hit these last two topics so we can get the hell out of here, right? The RP changes. I'm trying to think how I can touch on this quickly. Was it an update log or announcement? It was an announcement. Scroll back up here. If you guys are watching my stream, I guess you could have just clicked on announcements yourself too. Anyway, okay, so here's the RP overhaul. I'm not going to read this whole damn thing. I'm just going to kind of touch on them. RP activity, we greatly increased all RP you earn. The welcome money was increased 5-fold. The money you earn just for being online was doubled. All the other RP activities were increased by hundreds, if not thousands of %, just across the board. The buying stuff in /S, we revamped that completely. All the items in /S sell for a hell of a lot more than they used to. We also narrowed down some things we didn't want being sold, and we just tried to ease it up a little bit with just bare resources. I know even to this day we're still getting people like, can you add this? Can you add that? No, we can't. We're trying to keep it down to the bare resources on purpose. Because we vastly increased how much RP you get for those things in the first place. You got to put in a little work. You used to get 0.00009 RP for a stone, and now you get 1,000 times as much RP for a stone. Well, you got to do the work to grind stuff down to the stone. I'm sorry, Brait just distracted me in my stream chat. So there's kind of a trade-off. Someone's like, well, I don't want to have to scrap all this down. Can I just sell it? No, you have to scrap it down. That's the trade-off. We give you a ton more RP. You got to put in a little work by scrapping stuff down. Cooked sulfur is not in there on purpose. We want there to at least be some reason for people to raid on PvP day. If everybody breaks down all their boom and recycles it and sells it, then what are people on PvP day going to be raiding for? We tried to pretty much put every base resource in there we could, other than cooked sulfur, obviously. So you can pretty much grind everything down to at least something where you can sell it. Someone said, why is fuel not in there? Well, believe it or not, you can actually recycle fuel down to cloth and fat, and those can be sold. That's just the way it is. That's the way it's going to be, especially calculation-wise. Someone asked, well, why isn't scrap in there? Well, because scrap, you can go buy stuff, and then you can break those things down and then recycle those things. So we would have to literally find every single item in the game that you can buy for scrap from like vending machines and stuff. We'd have to break down all those items. And then some of those items break down into items that can also be broken down even more. So, multiple levels of breaking down, do all the math on how much RP all that stuff is worth. And then we'd have to do that for every single item that you can buy with scrap, just to make sure the calculations can't be exploited. Like if someone finds a loophole, like, yeah, you can sell cloth for RP, but if you take your scrap and go buy tack gloves and then blah, 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 you can get, it's just a big a big open room to exploits that we're not willing to venture into. That's why scrap is not sellable in the store. If you really want to sell your scrap, buy some shit, break it down. I'm sure somebody out there has already calculated what the best thing is. Buy some stuff, break it down, sell that stuff. We added a bunch of new commands to the RP store. Some of them are fun, some of them are cool, some of them are the same old ones. Now that we have the ability to have cooldowns on commands, like global cooldowns, we've added some cool stuff like buy daylight with the maximum amount of purchases and stuff like that. So got to add some cool new things that people have been wanting for a while. Oh, yeah, buying teas for the whole server type thing. Yeah. I figured we wanted to. So as you guys know, we nerfed the egg train price and stuff. We know some of the prices were just too easy to obtain. Where I didn't like the fact that basically everybody was starting the force wipe with a fucking M2 because the server's buying 20 damn silver eggs right off the bat. So we nerfed some prices on some stuff that we didn't like rolling so fast, progression wise. But to make up for it, we added other things you can do now. The bronze eggs or the presents and teas for everybody, stuff like that. We try to balance things the best we can. If we're going to do something negative, we try to do more positives than we do negative. So that's what we feel like we did there. Jesus, horse dung went up by 350,000%. Some expensive shit. So new commands. As you can see, this is an old announcement from a week or so ago. We touched up some quests. We're still working on quests and touching up quests. We have a nice little list actually that I'm going to be going over of some new quests that we're considering. We're trying to find more ways for people to get skill points and experience and stuff like that without just being hardcore raiders. And then we've also tried to come up with ways to make almost the raider equivalent of those things. The raiders have their nightmare raid quests and nightmare bases to get all this crazy shit. So we've been trying to make quests that are just as crazy and hard to do, but for the non-raider. That's where some of the new stuff you saw. Collecting 2,500 high qual and all them insane. And you're saying to me, well, that's almost impossible to you. That would be literally impossible. Well, that's good. That's the point. It's supposed to be your version of a nightmare base and a nightmare base quest. That's what that is. That's the farmer's version of a nightmare. So we're trying to provide that kind of content for all play styles is what I'm rambling towards. So that was that for the RP stuff. And if you guys have any questions about the RP stuff, please, I'm sure I missed some stuff that you were interested in hearing about. So please, when we get to the FAQ section of the meeting, just ask me and I will tell you. Skills wise, I only had one real main point to bring up with skills. I know you guys are probably gonna have all kinds of questions and suggestions and shit, but we'll save that for later. The main point I want to bring up is this, and I'm just gonna go and give me one sec. I can't remember if I typed it out completely or if I just need to fucking spit it off the top of my head here. Sorry, I have a lot of notes this time. Jesus. Have I really been running my mouth for that long? Yeah, I don't see where I typed it out, so I'll just explain it here. There's some skills that are just not going to change. That's the most blunt way I can put it. I'm going to explain to you what I mean and why. So when I developed the skill system, sorry, I had to get comfortable. My chair's real squeaky. When I developed the skill system, here's where it started from the foundation here was if I'm going to be removing Z levels from this server, I have to get an exact, I ran over Bailey's elbow hair and he yelped. I have to get the exact equivalent put in for these players or they're going to, I know I ran over your elbow hair. I'm sorry. I have to look, you see him staring at me now? Jesus. I have to put in something that's exactly equivalent or the players are going to kill me. If I'm going to get rid of Z levels, I got to give them something that's exactly the same. So with that in mind, the initial goal was this with the skill system. Mining, harvesting, and skinning, that was it. That was my initial goal. I want to take those skills. I want to measure how quickly you guys are leveling. And I want to make sure that you can obtain the same or better than you obtained back when we used Z levels instead. That's it. That was my only goal. Everything I've done, every bit of configuring, every bit of data crunching, every goal set has been strictly for those three skills: mining, woodcutting, and skinning to get you back on par with Z levels. My end game of I want players to be able to hit level blah, blah, blah by the end of the force wipe. That's the only reason why, is for those skills right there. Now you're probably saying, but T, you said you want us to not only hit those levels, but you want us to hit the highest any player has ever hit in history Z level with the new skill system. You're right. I did. And let me explain to you why I did. Because we'll use real number examples, or they're not going to be real numbers. We'll just use examples. Let's say I have the goal set at level 140. Level 140, if you put every point of that into mining or whatever, that would put you on par with the highest Z level ever obtained in mining in our server's history. And again, I know I say this every meeting. Everything I'm discussing right now does not include donating, for a boost or something like that. None of that's for donating. Just strictly gameplay. So the highest Z level ever obtained naturally through gameplay was 65. Now, if you hit level 140, actually no, I'm sorry, 137, and you put every single point of that into mining in the most efficient way you can, which means, you put the first 10 in the first skill, and you put, 15 more into the second skill, and then you skip on down to tier 3 and max that one out first because that has the best yield. So if you efficiently put all 137 levels directly into mining, you will now have a higher yield percentage on your mining than the highest Z level, which is 65, has ever obtained in our server's history. That was my goal. That was stage 1 of my goal. Now, stage 2 of my goal was for an average player to be able to obtain that goal. Not the highest player, an average player. And the reason being, that's where we're getting at next. The reason I wanted an average player to be able to obtain that goal is because I want you to be able to spread some of those skill points into other things. Period. I want you to still feel like, yeah, I got a badass Z level, mining level, whatever. And I'm still having fun playing with some of the other skills. Or, hey, T, I'm trying to get the highest mining I can, but your dumbass made it so that my mining tools break and I got to go waste skill points on that now. You're right. That's why I'm setting the goal for you to hit the highest instead of just the middle. That's why I want you to be able to obtain that Z level, because I know you're not going to spend all 137 of those skill points on just mining. You're going to want to dump some of those skill points in your tools not breaking. You're going to want to dump some of those skill points into wood cutting. You're going to want to dump some of those skill points into, turbo horses or whatever the hell else you want to do it. I get that. That's why I set the goal where I set it. The average player could hit the highest Z level in our server history. Everybody get that? Everybody understand what I mean by that and why that goal is set that way? So with that said, the issue I'm seeing and why this is even being brought up in a meeting is because, and this is, by the way, this isn't just players. This is even some of my team here. I'm getting the feedback of, well, blah, blah, blah. I can't, this skill's too expensive. I think you need to drop that skill. How many points you have to put into it, and then raise how much you get per point so that I can max it out easier, because it's just way too many points to waste on trying to get that skill. No, that's the point. That's why I'm allowing you to reach the highest Z level in server history for an average player, even, because I want you to go blow those points elsewhere. I don't want the average player to spend all 137 points in mining. That's not the point. The point is, I want to lure that player away from spending all those points in mining by dumping those points into other skills with the knowledge of, hey, even if I don't spend all 137 points in mining, I still got a pretty damn good mining level, because let's face it, I never actually hit that high of a Z level in mining in the old days anyway. So this is, you guys get what I'm getting at here? The point being is, I wanted you to have that extra fluff of skill points, where you could spend it on other things like, your tools not breaking and shit like that. Or the cold damage one is great. I love that one. Anyway, so that's the point. So when you put in suggestions of like, hey T, I really don't want my jackhammer to break when I use it. So I think you should, but at the same time, if I waste my points in that, then I can't reach that goal of 140 points in mining that you said you wanted us all to hit. Well, that's my point. I wanted you to be able to hit, not to actually hit. So I have plenty of fluff already. It's pretty funny. Anyway, so yeah, so I'm not going to be, if you're putting in suggestions to, hey, make this, skill point give 5% per point instead of 2.5% per point, and then make it only require 5 points instead of 10 points to max out, I'm going to deny every one of those suggestions, because you're going to completely throw off all the math down the chain. There's like 7 spreadsheets of math involved in what we've done and how we've set these skills up so that you can reach these goals I have set forth for you to reach. If I change one of those things, it's going to domino effect and fuck the whole thing up. And we're going to have to start over from scratch with all our testing data and all our testing numbers. And then, now you're maxing out all kinds of skills all over the place. And now I'm going to have to go nerf how fast you're leveling because you're getting way too far, way too fast. It's going to destroy everything. So if you put in a suggestion for that, it's going to get denied. And I just wanted to be very transparent and clear with you as to why it's getting denied. I'm not denying it for nefarious reasons. I'm not denying it because I want to nerf things and screw you over. I'm denying it because you're not playing the way I designed this for you to play. You're not meant to be able to completely get the highest Z level in history and enjoy all the other skills on top of that. You're meant to decide which is more important to you. Would you rather have a normal Z level like you used to obtain on your own back in the day? Because let's face it, none of y'all ever really hit that high max Z level. There was only 1 or 2 people in our history that did that. So would you rather just play with a normal Z level and put some of those skill points into some of the other fun skills? Or would you rather just max out mining and then you can't do anything else? But the point being is this. As long as you can reach those goals in mining, woodcutting, and skinning, I'm not going to be changing any of that stuff. That's my goal for you, is to make sure I have equivalent or better in Z levels, and we have achieved that goal. So I will not be changing that stuff. With that said, I can tell you right now, what do we stop at, Drac? Was it 58%? The experience? The level speed or whatever? I think it was 58% or something like that. I will tell you right now, we are buffing leveling speed, and I want to say 58. We'll just say 60 to round it off. We're buffing the leveling speed. It's already configured. It's already ready to go live. It's in the folder with all the map files for the next map. We are increasing leveling speed by 60% come Force Wipe. And honestly, if I'm going to be completely transparent with you, that's not even the amount. I have no sound on Twitch, really? My Twitch sound go away? Hello? Testing? Can you guys still hear me in Discord?
Yeah.
Okay, let me see what happened with Twitch here. Oh, I didn't know. Hold on 1 second. Sorry. Oh, let me check my hotkeys. Has it been gone this whole time, or did it just go away? Oh, can you hear me now? There we go. Okay. I forgot what I was talking about now. Oh, the reason. Oh, so 60%. Believe it or not, it's actually what I really wanted to do. And you should be proud of me. The admins actually taught me down a little bit. I was trying to give you guys a little more. I really wanted it to be almost like 70 something percent, maybe even 80 if I really, really squeezed it. The reason I'm not going with that yet is I want to keep watching the data. And my admins had a really good point. It's a lot easier to buff something a little bit and see if it works and then buff it a little bit more than it is to buff it a lot and then have to nerf it back down again. I really didn't want to deal with the backlash of nerfing something back down again. So we're just going to do the 60% buff right now. Just know that as of right now with my data, I'm fairly certain that will not be the last buff. Again, we're going to keep watching data, so don't carve that in stone. But if I had to go by today's data, I would actually buff it even more than 60%. So just bear with us. We're still tweaking things, and just know that we're trying to make this the best experience we can for you all. So that's that. I think that is my last note. Yeah, it is. Okay. Any lead admins have anything they'd like to throw in the wind?
I think you were pretty comprehensive, T. We've had just a ton of player interaction, both in Discord and in server, and 99.9% of it's great. And we really appreciate all the support and being a part of our community. And that's it, man. I don't have anything fancy.
All right. Oh, I forgot. New players. I'm sorry, I didn't explain. Light. Most of our recent history, we've actually had 4 servers, not 2. Light was actually our second server that we had. We started with main, which is our main server, and we opened up Light when main was getting way too full, and a lot of our regulars just wanted a nice, peaceful place to play. That was a lot of P's in that. And then even when main still was getting too crowded, we opened up main 2. and we also had Terminus, and then of course the build server. We've had a couple other little fun niche servers in here and there, but those are the main ones. And then late 2021, early 2022, Rust took a huge hit. I'm guessing, pandemic ending, everybody going back to their lives, whatever the reason may be. I can tell you, I'm friends with numerous server owners and some of the Facepunch devs, and Rust itself just took a huge slump in the beginning of 2022. January, February, March were some of the lowest numbers we've seen in years. And with those numbers also come donations. So, some of you new guys may not realize this. We run stupidly powerful boxes here. Our box that runs main 1 and main 2. Now remember, that's 2 servers. Even when it's full, when both those servers are at Q, I think our processor usage is like 6%, and our RAM usage is anywhere between 8 to 10%. Like, we could easily, it's just dumb how fucking overpowered our server is. It's expensive. We have very generous players on our servers that pay for that, and that's why, if they're going to give us so much of their donations, we're going to give it back to them with having such a powerful machine. Anyway, I'm rambling. The long story short is, in the beginning of this year, when the huge slump hit, obviously with less players comes less donations. It was just not feasible to have that many boxes. We had multiple boxes, and it was not feasible to be running that many boxes anymore. Population was way down. There were days when there was like 6 people on light, which it's meant to be a low pop server anyway. But it just wasn't worth it anymore. We couldn't afford it anymore. We got drilled with taxes this year. When we paid our taxes this year for these servers, it cost us thousands of dollars. It completely drained all our reserve cash. It actually hit my 401k in real life because we didn't even have enough reserve cash to pay for that. Anyway, whatever. The point being is, there was no point to keep the cost for those boxes anymore, so we shut them down. With recent donations and with this recent, we pay taxes. Hell yeah. Got to pay the IRS, man. They'll come knocking on your door. With the recent great donations, this month, June, was on par with like last year's typical donations per month stuff. So things were looking good. And now finding out that they're going to do this huge OTV thing in August, which is going to make our population fucking explode. We only know this from experience. There is not a really good reason for me to not bring those new servers back online again, to kind of spread the wealth out a little bit. So for those that didn't know, main 1 and main 2 are exact duplicates of each other. Light was also an exact duplicate, except its population was capped at 50 players, period. I did not raise it on crowded days like I sometimes do for main 1 and main 2. It was just 50 players, period. That's what you're going to deal with. A lot of the light people really miss that because it's just more quiet. You don't have to wait in line at monuments. There's tons of content for you. So that will be coming back online. I hope to actually have it online before the end of July. Obviously, it wouldn't officially be like, hey, we got light until the force wipe of August. But once I do get it online and announce it, you guys are more than welcome to just go ahead and start going over there. We will offer transfers like we used to in the past. But here's the scary part, and some of you are really not going to like this. You have to be able to show me that you were a light player from back when I shut it down for me to transfer your stuff to light. I know that sounds like a dick move. The people who did play on light will understand why I'm doing that dick move and will probably love me for that dick move. The rest of you may not like that dick move and may think it's a dick move, but it's a lot of dick in that sentence. Anyway, can't spell dictator without dick. You're right. The reason being, these light people, they really enjoyed their privacy in their small pop server, and I really had a big guilt trip and felt bad for them when I shut it down and forced them to go over to main 2, which is just overcrowded as hell. So that's the favor I'm going to do to those people who stayed loyal to our servers all this time anyway, is I'm only going to allow transferring your stuff to light if you can prove to me that you were a light player in the past. And you guys know what I mean by transferring. Vet Gold, RP, pretty much the only stuff I can transfer. If you do it in the middle of the wipe in July, like when I bring it online, if you're a light player, I can probably transfer. Yeah, I can do your skills. Because what I can do is I can just reset you on main 2, and then on light I can give XP and just give you the equivalent XP over there, so you have all the fresh stuff to deal with. So yeah, we can do that. Cool. Yeah, of course, absolutely. Yeah, when we get light online, just and Terminus. Terminus will be second, by the way. I got to get light working first. Terminus is almost like a pet project, and it's actually Terminus is a pain in the ass. I almost considered not doing it. Light isn't so bad because when I do a wipe, everything is the same for main 1, 2, and light. Everything's the same, so it's just repetitive tasks. Terminus is a pain in the ass. It's a whole different setup. So give me some time. Let me get light online, then give me like a week to get Terminus online if you guys don't mind. No, I'm definitely not the GOAT, dude. I've got a lot of flaws. You'll learn. But so yeah, my main concern would be to get light online first. And like Wookie said, just treat it like you would a force wipe. First couple of days, just kind of play chill. Expect weird things to happen and things. T forgot to configure this correctly. Stuff like that. For those who don't know what Terminus is, it's basically it's hardcore Rust. It's actually the only way I will play Rust. I cannot play Rust anymore unless it's Terminus. It's physically impossible for me. I just can't do it. Terminus is no crafting, no gathering, literally, but it has pure custom loot tables, and I mean custom from top to bottom. Every barrel, every NPC, every crate, everything is pure custom. So your resources, you can hit a barrel and 27,000 stone could fall out of it. You can hit a crate and a fucking M249 could pop out of it. You never know. It's pure scavenging only. There's no crafting. There's no resource gathering. It's just all scavenging. If you want ammo, you better find that shit. Some of the crates and containers are customized. We specifically put ammo in toolboxes and stuff like that. Or we specifically put tools in toolboxes, or whatever. We specifically, the green military crates. Those are always going to have some kind of weapons in them, stuff like that. A lot of the stuff is specialized, but it's pure custom. It's pure fun. It's going to be interesting with the skills. I'm going to have to, some of the trees I'm just going to have to turn off because, you're not going to be able to mine anyway. But yeah, it's going to be interesting. Terminus is fucking insane. I love it. Anyway, so we're done with all the notes. Let's get on. You guys not hearing me in Twitch again? You know what it is? I don't think I launched it as. I didn't launch it as administrator. That's exactly what it is. So it's not picking up when I click on Discord. I'll try to keep my focus on Twitch if I can. Anyway, any leads have anything they want to throw in? We get the show on the road here. I've been talking people's ear off tonight. All right. Any admins have anything you want to throw out there? I guess I did talking for everybody tonight. Well, we got 2 new staff, by the way. Congrats to Arctic and what was that other guy's name? I forgot his damn name.
Mel.
You played with a skill system or something at one point. I don't remember. Yeah, Arctic and Milgrath. Congrats. They have been brought on board as new staff members. They're going through the little training period right now. How to deal with help admin. I left everything I ever had in my backpack and it's all gone. Hopefully they'll do good and get popped up to full admin someday soon, and it should be a welcome crew. For those who know, Arctic's been here for probably 3 years now, so he probably knows more about our servers than I do. And Milgrath, if you got skill questions, man, that dude was such a good tester. I honestly should have just abandoned the whole project and let him do it. So if you have any questions about skills, he knows what the fuck he's doing. That's for sure. But yeah, they've both been around for a bit, both been helping out a lot. So when we make big bases, all right, we're going to the Q&A section then. Who's going to control the stage? Anyone? Any admin want to control the stage?
I can do it.
Gee, are you watching?
You got it.
Are you in a waterfall?
Wind tunnel.
No, it was an AC.
He's in a
Sorry.
car wash.
It was my AC.
Gotcha.
Gas powered sex toy.
Now that you get out of the hot springs. All right, so the way this works, every meeting, I gotta learn by now. Is it at the bottom or the top?
It's at the top when we.
Okay. So at the top of your screen on the meeting channel, the stage channel, you'll see like a request permission to speak or something like that. Somebody's blocked from this channel. Wow. Anyway, so if you click that, it'll put you in a queue, letting Cryo know that you want to talk. And when he grants you access, you'll be able to ask your question or give your feedback or say what you got to say. Let's keep it kind of brief. I've been really rambling tonight. I know these people want to get on with their night. So let's keep it kind of brief. Let's do our thing.
All right, so we have one request right now. We currently do not have any requests.
No questions at all? Perfect. It is really easy. And if you have a question that you just want to type in chat, still put yourself in the queue to ask, and then just type it in chat. I'm going to turn the slow mode on for right now. Whoa, Sunshine is back. Look at that. What up, Sunshine? And Echo. Jesus, all these people coming back.
We have one person requesting to speak.
How old is T-Bird? I am, as of last week, as of Friday, I am 46. 46 going on sexy.
Either
Okay.
way, if it does come to you want me to cancel this,
before he jumps in the channel.
Hold on. Nola, you want to handle the stage thing? Because the crowd is really noisy over there.
Okay, well, we have Poo Water requesting to speak, but we're going to need a verified breathalyzer before I bring him to stage.
Yeah, it can get dangerous bringing Poo Water in here. Are you sure?
All right, Poo Water, you're live.
I didn't have anything to say.
You're such a dick.
I just felt bad that no one else was talking, and I was like, get some questions. Come on. Fine.
Hey, look, this is everyone's opportunity. I mean, if you got a question for us, whatever.
You know what, Poo Water? I loved you for almost 2 years now. I really have truly loved you for almost 2 years now. But last week on Monday, I got food poisoning so bad that I ended up in the hospital at one point last week. And let's just say Poo Water is my least favorite thing in the world right now.
You get C. diff?
Bro. There was one, I'm going to be quick because I know these people are in a hurry. There was one point in the hospital, the nurse was like, I'm going to need a stool sample. I'm like, are you serious? You realize what's wrong with me right now? You're going to wear my stool sample if you want one of those. And she's like, well, I swear to God, the nurse said, we have plastic shields that we can put on our face, but we're going to need a stool sample. I'm like, look, woman, I am not bending over and sharting all over the fucking hospital. So you're not getting one. And she was like all mad at me and stuff. I'm like, that is not happening.
Okay. Yeah. Had that been me, I'd have been like one moment.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. I was not about to just bend over and put the howitzer in her face.
I'll spray a big PW on the fucking side of the hospital wall. I don't care.
Like, okay, let's go. No more shit talking. All right, sorry, Pooh. Bye. Oh, shit. I don't know. Anybody got a good idea on that? I mean, some of you people I know. I mean, obviously,
we can verify off of the RP list.
Oh yeah.
I was going to say we have a list of all the Steam IDs.
I got a really good way. The day we shut down the Light server, I took a backup of your RP on Light, and that has the Steam ID of every person that ever played on Light in history. So all you have to do is put in a ticket, and we will be able to prove it. How about that? So there we go.
All right. Up next, we have a new member, Kush Monster.
Got that Kush.
What up, guys?
What's up? How you doing?
Oh, pretty good. All right, I'm new to the server. I got a question. Everything's going good and everything, like the way you guys are doing things. But now it said you can get personal boats and choppers. How do you go about doing that?
The short answer is type/info. There's a whole section dedicated to it. But the longer answer would be if you type /license in game, it'll give you a list of all the different vehicles you can have. Some of them are separated by ranks. As a new player, you can get boats and horses and stuff like that. As you get VIP, you can start getting cars and trains and submarines. And as you get veteran, you can start getting copters and fly shit. And all those ranks are obtained by playtime. You type /ranks. It'll tell you what your playtime is. Oh, there's a perfect screenshot right there. So that's what happens when you type /license. And it tells you all the commands, and that's how you do it, man. When you buy a license, you'll see the /buy at the top there. That license lasts for the entire map wipe, not force wipe, just the map wipe. So once you buy a license, let's say you buy Sedan. Once you buy that, you can spawn Sedan whenever the hell you want. You don't have to keep buying it every single time. And you can /kill it to put it back in your, put it back away. You can /recall it to bring it back to you if it's out in the world somewhere and you forgot where you left it. But the only caveat to that is there's a couple vehicles, Minicopter would be one, those are destructible, and if they do get destroyed, you have to buy it again. The only way they're destructible is if you get out of the seat. So you can slam your minicopter, your personal minicopter, nose first into the ground, and unless something clips you out of it somehow, like if you clip a tree, it's just going to bounce and bounce and bounce and be fine. If you jump out of the seat, though, it can blow up, and then you got to buy it again.
Okay. Now, do you buy it with RP or scrap or?
Yeah, when you first buy it, when you first type buy, it'll tell you what you're missing. We try to make it kind of. We used to have it with RP only, but the problem is we have some really rich players on the server. People, $1 million plus RP, so they could instantly start a brand new wipe with a minicopter and just go fly off and get the best build spot. So what we tried to do to level the playing field with that was we made them sort of take some realistic components to buy the very first time when you buy the license. So like a minicopter would take like some gears and some pipes and some sheet metal and then some RP to buy it. Now just the spawning of them doesn't take components, just the buying part. Okay. But that way it forces people to actually get out there and farm a little bit first, and they can't just take right off on a fresh wipe.
Yeah, I got you. I understand.
There's the /info thing I was referring to. Nola just posted a screenshot.
Could I put in something to that? If you do just /buy, it will actually bring up any vehicle that you can buy for your rank and what you need to buy it.
Yeah.
Okay. Awesome.
Yep. If all else fails, and you forget that stuff, just ask in chat, man. We got a super helpful community. They'll answer all your questions for sure.
Yeah, welcome to the community, Kush.
Yeah, and welcome, dude. Glad you're here.
Yeah, appreciate it. I brought a couple of my buddies with me, so we're enjoying the server.
Awesome
to have you. Chat if you need anything.
Yep.
All right, thanks.
All right, thanks, man. Up next, we have Golden Toad.
I only talk to silver toads.
What? You only talk to silver toads?
What's going on, man?
So you said you were going to show us a map preview of Next Wipe.
Yep. Well, not Next Wipe. Next Wipe is Motor City. The map preview is a new map we're working on for the wipe on the 18th.
Oh, okay.
And if we have enough time, I'm going to sneak peek you this new plugin we're working on too. But depends on how much time we got here. My wife gets off work at 10, so the clock is ticking.
That's all I got.
Not here.
All right, man. Thank you.
Yep.
All right, last call. If anyone wants to ask a question, click the raise your hand at the bottom. Going once, going twice.
Last call for alcohol.
All right, and that concludes our Q&A.
You missed somebody.
Oh no, someone just popped up.
No, we got somebody.
Clarkson.
That work? Hello.
Hey.
Hey, man.
Oh, hi. How's it going? I was just wondering about more NPCs potentially roaming the map and such. Because usually I just find the Horde, or if I go near a monument, there's an NPC. But it's very rare I find the, guy in the wood armor, or the No Bears T-shirt. Is it usually quite low, or is it something about that? I don't know.
So I'll speak for T a little bit. That's intended. We want those to be both a surprise and a challenge to newer players or veteran players, caught off guard alike. But we also don't want them to be just, repetitively farmed. So if you are looking for them, part of the challenge there is being able to find them because they are sparse on the map.
And they drop their kits, so it's pretty nice. I'll touch on top of a little extra of that too, is the amount of NPCs. We've gone over this in meetings in the past. I should probably make this an FAQ, honestly. If I haven't already, I don't even know my whole FAQ myself. I have to go search it. But we're limited to a set number of NPCs that we can pretty much have AI-wise on the map. That you have to understand. That includes zombies. That includes raid bases. That includes roaming zombies. That includes zombie hordes. That includes custom NPCs at custom monuments. All that stuff. There's actually a set limit of how much AI. And it's not our server. It's just Rust dedicated.exe. The process itself is how much it can handle at once. It's not really made to have a bunch of AI roaming around in it. And AI is one of the biggest taxes on that process there is. With the introduction of raid bases in the plethora of NPCs that they come with, we've had to lower roaming zombie counts and stuff like that to make up for it. Everything we do, anytime we operate our servers at pretty much as hard as we can push that process. You remember I bragged earlier that we only use 6% of our processor and all that kind of stuff. That's all good and dandy, but Rust .exe itself can only handle so much, load. We pretty much operate this thing at load. FacePunch recommends, 20 to 30 plugins max. We run over 100. So we push it to the limits. So with that said, we really, anytime we add something, we always have to shave it off of somewhere else. Like for instance, this new plugin we're about to showcase you tonight, I'm already trying to figure out what I'm going to shave off to make it possible. I was thinking about jetpacks. I don't really know yet. I haven't figured it out yet. I have to talk to the players. But the same goes with AI. So when we add more AI, such as, raid bases, we have to shave that AI off of somewhere else. And we shaved it off of, roaming zombies and roaming NPCs and stuff like that, because we couldn't shave it off of the custom monument ones because they're defending, the monument, the loot and all that kind of stuff. So I hope that makes sense.
Oh, definitely that helps. So that makes a lot more sense.
Yeah. I want to slowly, I may increase those roaming ones, as specific ones you were just discussing. I love those things. Like I love the fact that you can be walking along and you see some guy and you wave at him and he shoots you in the face because you didn't realize it wasn't a player. I love that.
That's exactly what I was looking for.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just, is this guy going to? No, I'm being shot at. Right.
Yeah.
Okay. That's
So
exactly what I
believe it or
wanted,
not, to really not try to ramble, but tell you a past story is that was actually a major feature on our server over a year and a half ago. And there were more of them, but players got pissed and like we had to get rid of them. They got so pissed off. Like this bullshit. I should be able to AFK farm. And we had to get rid of them. I finally convinced everybody to let me bring them back. And we did a couple months ago. I do plan to slowly increase them, maybe one or two extra here and there. So just know that in the back of your head. My highest priority with NPCs is to be able to increase those specific ones right there. So I will work on that.
Right. Cool. Thanks, man.
Yeah, man.
Be easy, Joe.
All right. Take care, bud. Got it, Nola? We good?
I got 2 more.
Oh. I'm going to start booting up Rust while they're doing this. How about that?
Nola, we're not hearing you.
Oh, did his Discord do that take a dump thing?
I think it did. It showed him highlighted, but he wasn't saying anything. Frisian's the next one. He's been invited.
Discord has been driving me nuts lately.
Welcome, Frisian.
Hi.
Hey.
Just a quick question. So the other day, you were talking about the what admins will and won't do. If it's a simple Rust bug that can't be bothered. But so the other day, my body, I got killed in the heli tower, and the body got stuck up there. And I'm like, I don't want to bother bother an admin. Like, hey man, want to see a dead body? But man, I had a lot of stuff on there. I'm like, so you said that's a Rust bug. Would that be grounds to ask for an admin or?
So you said your body got stuck in the heli tower?
Yeah, it was like dangling below.
Okay, yeah, like what does that little stretchy Gumby bullshit?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's a glitch, man. Look, here's the easiest explanation for that. It doesn't have to be about the heli tower. If you can walk up to your corpse and you can't get it, that's a bug. That's a glitch. We need to come help you. The good news is usually that self-resolves itself when it turns into a backpack.
Yeah, he pointed that out.
Yeah, but again, I'm not going to make you stand there and wait for it if we happen to be available. I just wanted you to know that, if it's 4 a.m. and there's no admin available, then it will pop eventually. But yeah, dude, if you physically can't get to your bag and it's not your fault, when I say physically, I mean, if you die, let's say you nosedive your minicopter behind someone's compound walls and you can't get back in there to get you, that's your own fucking fault. But, if it's nothing you did stupid, yeah, absolutely, man. We are 100% here to help you for sure.
All right, much appreciated. That was my only question.
All right.
Actually, was it you that happened to as the server was about to wipe?
Yeah, I was.
Okay, I believe it was me and Cryo, and I think Cryo was able to help you out there.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was just around the server resets we were able to give him a quick hand.
Oh yeah. By the way, everybody else, while we're hitting these Q&As, these last couple here, I am starting up we're working on. So if you're not watching my stream, it would probably be a good time to open it. Got anybody else in line?
Yeah, there's 2 more.
Okay.
Rum. You have an invite. And welcome, Rum.
You guys should add personal pump checks.
Yeah, that requires a plugin, and we are not adding any more plugins at this time.
Oh, damn.
Yeah.
All right, that's it then.
Yeah, we actually consider taking out quarries even, because they're actually so shitty. As far as gather rate goes, you can gather much more just on your own.
Yeah, they're pretty ass.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what I was getting at. That's why we were considering even getting rid of quarries because of that. So we're definitely not going to add the pump jacks. And the pump jacks actually don't work in game unless you have a plugin to make them work. So that won't be happening.
What's the best way to get low grade, would you say?
Skinning skill tree. There's a ability in this skinning tree called track, and it'll let you track animals. You can literally just go find animals and kill their ass. And if you have skinning skill points in your skinning, your yield is higher, so you're getting more fat, more cloth, whatever. So
low grade
I
for
went
days.
skinning and I loved it, honestly.
Yeah, you get tons of low grade. I mean, tons.
Oh, damn, that's OP. All right, thank you.
All right, man. Have a good one.
Yep.
All right. Up
Yep,
next,
come
we
on, man.
have BitCove.
Yo, what's up, fellas?
How you doing?
Howdy.
Doing good. I had a question about the NPC rateable bases. Is there a way to tweak that, like when a base is locked to somebody, the NPCs just don't shoot random people walking past?
There is not. There's only a allow them to shoot outside the bubble or not option, and we tried it without that option, and players just sat outside and sniped them all.
Okay. I just want to make sure. Yeah, it makes sense to me. If there is not a way to tweak it to where when it's locked, then yeah.
I mean, the short get over it, type answer is, well, in a real raid, they could shoot you still. So yeah, you know what I'm saying though.
Yeah, I understand what you're saying. Yeah, if you have option A,
evil.
option B, your second option is obviously your better option because it's the cheese.
Yeah, exactly. We actually had Nivix. We actually paid him to code in the ability for auto turrets to increase their range if damaged from outside the bubble. That's actually a new feature we had him code in for us because auto turrets have limited range, as everybody knows. So with an HV rocket, you stand outside the bubble and take all the turrets out. So we had him actually do that so that can be uncheesed.
Yeah. Well, I appreciate you guys. You guys run a really good server.
Thank you, sir. I appreciate that.
Appreciate the kind words.
All right, thank you.
All right, BitCove, appreciate it. Up next, we have the man, the myth, the legend, Doc.
Oh shit!
I don't know about that. Shit.
He's gonna tell you the real reason he donated was all the nudes I sent him. He got
well, I mean,
VIP access to my OnlyFans account.
Yep, fair enough.
Only feet.
Yep.
Only feet.
Yeah.
Only midgets.
And we're all on it, by the way. Direct donations. I want to start, saying, you guys do a great job. I mean, it's amazing to see a server. I played Rust for a long time. I mean, I've had multiple accounts. I probably have, 6,000 or 7,000 hours and never got good at the game because I'm old. But you guys do a great job. It's amazing that you can, ask for some help and get it, within minutes. I mean, even at 2:00 in the fucking morning. I mean, so kudos to you guys. I know you guys are volunteers. I hope that you guys get a Secret Santa opened up for you from the players. I think that'd be nice. But everything that you guys do is really tremendous. I mean, this is an amazing server. I mean, from personal state, it gives me the ability, like, I got teenage kids, like I can go in here and actually farm like a 3-man and have them be able to raid with me and have fun. And so, kudos to you guys. I really, really appreciate it.
It's funny you mentioned that, T. Why don't you tell him about how the server got started?
Yeah, that literally because my teenage son, I wanted him to have a good place to play Rust. Well, he was only 11 at the time. I wanted him to place to play Rust where he's not getting called the N-word and being exposed to all that kind of negativity. And he doesn't even play with us anymore. But here we are 3 years later, or almost 4 years later now. But yeah, dude, I appreciate all that shit, man. Like it, try not to choke myself here. Like it really, I know it sounds corny and lame that I get choked up about that kind of shit, but it does, man. I've put, no, fuck that word. We, the entire team here has put, 3.5 years of work into this shit. And dude, it, like there's times we all want to quit and throw the towel in, but then we hear shit like that, and it just bought me another year of work, because that's why we do it. That's why we do it, man. That kind of shit right there is why we do it. So
very glad to add
my
something
word.
to it.
I give you my word that until the last player rage quits off this server, I will keep doing this, man. I will absolutely keep doing it.
Yeah. No, I mean, I just wanted, again, you guys, really deserve so much props, because, it's staggering how many admins are on, like, all the time.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Like, and I played on a lot of servers. I played PvP for thousands of hours, and they don't care. This is a server that cares about their players. It's really impressive, and you guys need another hobby, for Christ's sake. Fucking shit.
Yeah, we definitely need a hobby, that's for sure. But no, it's been great. We're, as far as workload goes, it's not that bad. We've been kind of relaxing this year, and like I said, man, that kind of feedback right there makes every time you get woke up at 3 o'clock in the morning because the server's not. What happened last week? Oh yeah, I didn't set the raid bases back right, and they weren't spawning hards and experts anymore after midnight. And I was like, I crawled out of bed at like 1 o'clock in the morning or 2 or something, and my wife's like, "What are you doing?" And I'm like, I the server config.
Just tell her you got to pee. Trust me, because as I've learned out tonight, I'm your age, so just tell her you got to pee. You're all right.
Well, the problem is there's a bathroom in the master, so she's not that stupid.
Well, just say I don't want to wake you up, honey.
Right, yeah. I'll tell her I got a shit. I didn't want to stink up the room.
Just say, stomach issues.
Okay.
That works.
Exactly. Get a drink of water.
By the way, T, I want to take the opportunity to say, if we have anyone interested in applying for admin who is, primarily in that midnight to 5 a.m. Eastern time, feel free.
Yeah, that's actually definitely a slot we can still fill right now. We're pretty good with daytime, but yeah. Hey, seriously though, Doc, man, I appreciate it, dude. Like, and I mean that, like, despite the fact that you donated so hard this month. You know me. I've even mentioned that in DMs with you. Like, I don't give a shit what you donate. If you break my rules, I'll still ban your ass anyway. I don't care. But you know what, man? It still means a lot that it still means a lot that you have so much positive to say. And honestly, all that positivity came from you in a DM to me long before any of those donations or anything like that, because I actually reported it back to the admin team and put a note on your profile. Like, dude, you guys should hear the stuff this guy's saying about our server.
And I appreciate that. So if I may make just a couple of small suggestions. Number one, in your info, not in info, because I've read that like 10 times. Bro, you got to tell somebody that you can research pipes. Holy fucking shit. I
didn't know you could research pipes.
You can research pipes. They're
you gotta remember, I haven't played Rust in almost 4 years, so
which is even more amazing. So researching pipes was the most crucial thing that I learned this wipe, and it was literally last week.
Jesus, I had no clue.
I've been clubbing fucking street signs for ages.
What was that, Aliana?
I said, what if I told you can research gears too?
Okay, what if I told you I'm so dumb?
I'm okay with gears.
I'm so dumb that I knew you could research gears, but I didn't know you could research pipes.
Well, but see, I don't build the raid bases. I'll build the squares, and I should put a big light on it, like raid me first. But raiding is what I get to bring my kids in, so like I need the pipes. And that was the rate limiter. And now it's low grade. And then I can't remember who said it the other time that you could turn in the diesel at town, to get the crude. So that was another big thing.
Yep.
Like those little things to learn for people that are going from playing the game, early on and starting to raid. Your rate limiters are pipes and crude. Sulfur you can get. That's time. If you have it, great. If you don't, I cheat, and I have buffs for it. So I can do sulfur, but those things are great things. If you can make more people aware of it, I think that would help people get into this rating philosophy.
We could
For the
sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you. We could kind of throw together almost like a tips and tricks section, kind of like our getting started section in /info.
Yeah, I think that'd really help.
Yeah, it'd be a good idea. Maybe I'll make like a public thread where players can throw their tips and tricks in there for me to know, so that I can make that section, because I don't really know that many tips and tricks.
We could even do it like a suggestion bot where other players can vote on the tips.
Yeah, that's a good idea. Yeah. So yeah, we'll throw that in my to-do list. That's a good idea. By the way, real quick, I gotta pause. Anybody that's chilling in here listening to us ramble, I have started streaming the map. I'm just kind of flying around lazily right now while we finish up. So if you're not watching the stream, I am flying around the new map that we're working on.
Now I'm gonna have to do that too. But like those little things, like, again, coming from a player that has played a lot of Rust, like I never would have anticipated, like, oh shit, I can make pipes.
Yeah, no, it makes sense.
Those kind of little tips and tricks for maybe not a beginner tip and trick, or make it a coming from Rust. Here's what's different about our server, and do some stuff about those bosses. Like, it was last wipe, I happened to build on some friggin' river, and there was there was this boss over there. I was like, holy Christ, there's this guy with 9K, and like that was kind of actually new to me. Some of those, like, I think you can graduate some of these players that are basic up, or coming from, standard Rust to being, more active players. Some of these nuances, which I really didn't kind of get, like, I got large factory, like, okay, here's another monument, I got to do the stuff. Some of those things I think you guys undersell yourselves, that not telling people some of these nuances that if you don't know about them, like, you could totally miss them.
Yeah, I honestly wish more players would. I'm gonna be quick here because we are rambling too much. I wish that more players would explore our custom monuments if they knew how much detail and work we put into them.
Oh, totally.
Yeah, and how much nice loot and stuff there is in there too. It's not just like I'm flying over one right now on the map. Actually, I literally was working on this monument today, leading up to the server meeting. This one right here. I'll go down inside of it while we're streaming here. Anyway.
But yeah, these are, for those guys that are just still listening, and gals that are still just listening, even though it looks like Mill Tunnel, like God knows what he's doing, like these random monuments and things like that, like particularly if you have, like in my case, kids that have played some, whatever, like my two relish going in, they're like, oh, new monument. Oh shit, what are we going to do? I mean, these are amazing, and some of the bosses they're hard. I have never even done Zombie Island. I wouldn't even dream of it right now. But I mean, these different things are so much fun. This is what the selling point of this server is, secondary only to the fact that the admin team is so helpful, so online, so engaged. They can help you with anything you want, and they're asked to basically just help them help you. I mean, they're about as minuscule as you can. I even I had an issue a couple weeks ago where I was unable to provide evidence, and I learned. I was like, holy shit, what is this shadow play thing? So now I got it. Took me about 5 minutes. I mean, everybody can do it, But thank you guys again. Much appreciated. That's all I got.
You're very welcome. Zach. Hey, and again, for the entire player base, thank you for everything you did this month. Light and Terminus, man. Those are on you, bud. I appreciate you.
All right. I think we are going to end the Q&A there.
Okay, cool. Anybody who's interested in the map preview, me and Nola are running that custom monument that I was just discussing. Actually, we've been working our ass off on this monument this week. I'm going to show you the rest of the map too, of course. Anyone who doesn't give a shit or still wants their prizes anyway, head over to your main servers, main 1 and main 2, and our admin team will be, I'm assuming you guys are already starting to spread out onto those servers.
I'm on
And,
main 2. Come to the
alright.
diving pool.
All right, you guys go to town. Line up single file in front of your respective admin on your server there. They're going to give you a choice, 50 paper or 50 rockets. And you go up to them and just say paper or rockets or whatever. Oh, no, I'm going the wrong damn way. And they will...
Advantage, it's hard to keep track of you.
Oh, shit, I'm sorry. I didn't realize advantage. Here. They will give you what you asked for, paper or rockets. And then we need you to go ahead and move along after that so that it doesn't get confusing for them or you don't try to double dip or they don't think you're trying to double dip. Thank you for coming to the meeting. Again, I will be streaming this map preview, and we got a really cool, really massive project we are working on plugin wise that I'm going to showcase after I'm done showing off the map. So if you want to stick around in Discord and the stream, I'm actually going to move myself out of the meeting channel and move up into a regular voice channel so that if you guys want to bullshit with me while I'm showing the map and showing the plugin, you're more than welcome to bullshit with me and you don't have to raise your hand first or anything like that. So
AT, I hate to interrupt.
yes.
That monument you're running, isn't that just mill tunnels?
Is this mill tunnels or is this a custom one?
That's
No,
mill
this is
tunnels.
Milton.
Oh, I'm a dumbass. Hold on, let's get out of here. I'm glad you interrupted me. Then we've been running that bitch forever. I was wondering why Nola already had the NPCs in there. Where's my minicopter, Nola? So, by the way, I'm not as dumb as I look. For those watching, the custom monument I'm talking about has that exact entrance right there. So,
Yeah, very similar.
Gotcha.
I'm not as dumb as I just acted. There. I'll just cheat and get to it. Man, I'm glad you spoke up, James. I'd have been running that bitch all day.
Right? We've been working on this map for how many weeks?
Right? We go to the main entrance so I don't look stupid. So they can see, oh yeah, look, it does look like Milton. Okay, see?
Gotcha.
I'm not as dumb as I look.
It's 2 of them, though.
Hey, look, damn it. I haven't played Rust in almost 4 years.
Yeah, this monument has 4 different areas.
Yeah, it's a massive one.
Oh, now Cooley gets on the mic.
Right. Only because he's been working so hard on this monument. He wants to, I'm going to get in there and take my credit now. It's fucking Cooley been busting his ass on this monument. Did you just leave me?
He opened the door and closed it right behind himself.
I'll do it again.
There's nothing to fight though because we haven't done the NPCs yet.
Oh yeah.
All right, I'm not going to show the little secret thing I did today, Nola, because I'd be giving it away. So we got to go to the blue card.
It has something to do with the miniguns.
Oh, they still can't hear me? Oh, I got to change channel. They want to talk to me. That's what it is. Hold on. Yeah, okay, so I'm going to jump. Thank you for coming to the meeting. I'm going to end it now. Make sure you get on your servers, get your prizes. If you want to see the map and the new plugin we're working on, watch the stream. I'm going to jump down to the channel called Chat. So I will see you there. Admin team, thank you for helping with the meeting tonight. Players, thank you for coming to the meeting tonight. Love you all. I mean it. Bye-bye.
Huzzah.